Hello and welcome back to another video. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. Make sure to smash a like and subscribe if you are new, as it says at the bottom of your screen. We are on the road to 500 subscribers, but not only that, we are so close to 400. We're literally like 5 away as I'm currently recording this. It could change. But thank you to everyone that subscribed from Lewis's channel. You'll find me on Shameless FC on Lewis's channel as well. So big up to everyone that subscribed from there. And yeah, we're gonna get straight into this. Thomas Soucek has come out and spoken, and Thomas Soucek isn't really one to speak that much. He's actually one of the less vocal sort of West Ham players. Um, one of the less ones that lets the on the pitch stuff do the talking and stuff. But I couldn't believe this quote when I saw it. But this is actually hilarious. Now, the quote reads: "Sometimes people don't see or appreciate the work I do on the ball. They speak about my goals or assists, but that's not all I want to do. I have a different role with Czech Republic. I love this role. It's a lot with the ball. I like to play from the goalkeepers and be the heart of the team. So that's what I love." I think Thomas Soucek is the only one that loves Thomas Soucek on the ball. Now, don't get me wrong, guys. This can change at any point next season due to the fact that we have a different manager and that we're going to play possession based football. But if you're looking at the players at this club that Lopetegui could get the best out of, Thomas Soucek is probably the last midfielder that you can think of on the ball that would be suited to this style. People don't like Ward Prowse, but he's way more suited to this style. He's just not physically as good as Soucek. Alvarez is perfect. Freddie Potts and Lewis Orford and Andy Irving are more suited to Thomas Soucek, and they're only playing pre-season. They probably won't even start next season. Mohamed Kudus in midfield, obviously. Like, that is hilarious to read. It's too funny. Now, I don't know if Lopetegui will like Thomas Soucek. Him, Vladimir Sufa, and Mikel Antonio have only just joined the pre-season tour. So they've only just joined the American tour, where we face Wolves and Crystal Palace and Tampa and Jacksonville, which is in Florida, I believe. And you never know. Thomas Soucek could impress. And I don't care about Czech Republic here, because international football is very different from club football. I think we all know this. But the international football, European football in general, is much slower paced. Now, you see, by the time Thomas Soucek receives the ball and gets a touch, especially with the style of play and the teams that love pressing, etc., Thomas Soucek won't have any time on the ball. As soon as Thomas Soucek gets the ball, straight on him. Any midfielder or whoever's pressing him will be onto him, and he will lose the ball, and it will become a turnover for the other team, and they'll maybe play on the counter or just regain possession. I believe the same will happen with Ward Prowse, but less likely to. The difference is with Ward Prowse, he can retain the ball, but he won't be able to, shimmy past someone with the ball. So that's why we definitely need a number 8, that's for sure. And we'll see how Andy Irving, Freddie Potts, and Lewis Orford do in this case. But it's funny how, like, again, players are meant to do like interviews and talk and stuff, but I just find it really funny how, for example, like, a ball hasn't been kicked yet, and you're already talking about how you love being on the ball so much, and then talk about your goals and assists and stuff. Now, if you want me to properly analyze Thomas Soucek as a footballer, I think he's good in both boxes. I think he can defend out of your own box when you don't have the ball quite well, in terms of putting the body on the line and obviously heading the ball away because of how much of an aerial presence he actually is. And having a late arrival into the box, being a late arrival into the box and scoring now and then is good, but it's not like it's consistent thing. Now, it could be a consistent thing next season because we'll play more on the front foot, we'll play more with freedom. So maybe I'm going to be wrong, and maybe Thomas Soucek is going to have a great season. Listen, I'd rather you had just suit the style of play that we have already, and automatically be good enough for this club in terms of where this club is going and what direction this club's going, especially with how we play. But I don't think that's going to happen. And even if Thomas Soucek was to play all right, I do believe there'll be better options out there in Europe and in the Premier League that we could easily scout or sign that would play Thomas Soucek's role much better in this team. But I'm not going to judge too early. Don't get me wrong, most people are going to get a clean slate from me. and I'll give everyone a chance. But I feel like I know what's going to happen already, especially with the likes of the Czech boys, etc. The Czech Republic scrubs, as I said on Lewis's channel yesterday. Vladimir Sufa will have to run up and down a lot more, but the guy is about 32, 33, 34. Um, Lack of pace, no pace at all. Used to be able to defend quite well before the groin injury. I think it was a groin injury in that Carabao Cup game. And could have the occasional cross. He can put the occasional good cross in, but overall, I think we would need a better right back anyway. I think we're going to sign a right back, but it's just a matter of when. And it needs to be instantly. But as we know, where this club's taken a bit too long with trying to sign a right back. But back to Thomas Soucek, like if I was to put my starting 11 right now, I'm putting Ward-Prowse over him because I care more about on the ball. I care more about players that suit the style of play. I know Ward-Prowse didn't really impress in the first preseason game, and I didn't watch the Dagenham and Redbridge preseason game, so I don't know how well he did there. But let's say an Andy Irving, a Lewis Orford, or Freddie Potts do impress, then we won't even need to be talking about Ward-Prowse or Thomas Soucek. They might not even be in the picture. The reason why I believe Ward-Prowse will be in the picture is because Lopetegui likes an English core. And it was even rumoured that when Lopetegui first came in, Ward-Prowse was one of the rumoured candidates for captaincy. But also, I think that's probably going to be either Max Kilman or Jared Bowen or Edson Alvarez now. I'm hoping it's Edson Alvarez because I don't see Bowen as a captain, and I don't believe giving a new signing a captain's armband because you already have a hierarchy in the dressing room. If someone just comes in and takes the captain's armband, it's a bit weird. I don't think the players are got that much of an ego to um, badly react to that, but I don't believe in all of that. It's like when Moyes was going to Sam Maguire, and he was going to promise the captaincy last season if Maguire was going to go to West Ham, but I didn't believe in that. I'm going to keep the same energy for this one. As much as I like the Max Kilman signing, doesn't mean I would have given him the armband straight away. It seems like a good captain, but you can still be a leader. You just don't need to have the armband, etc. And yeah, listen, let me know what you guys think of what Thomas Soucek said because I just think it's nonsense. If I'm being honest, I don't know how we can appreciate what you do on the ball if you don't do anything on the ball. Now, fair enough, we do need to put Moyes tax on everything, but um, and I think that's a completely fair argument because that's why I believe that some of the players that are actually good on the ball, such as the Paquetás, the Kuduses, the Bowens, the Alvarez, the Emersons, that were our standout players last season, they could go up a level with a better manager that plays, not even just attacking football, but just a style of play that includes keeping the ball, etc. You're going to see those players go up a level. And Bowen had a great season last season, but with Thomas Soucek, when he can't pass 5 yards, like he can ping a ball very well. And that was all really Moyes' ball was in possession was, get the ball side to side, see if we could ping a ball sort of thing. Nobody came to receive the ball. It wasn't really passed in between the lines, and it was just see if the attack maybe does something. And then when we don't have the ball, 11 men behind the ball, edge of the box, all of that stuff, very part of the bus football. It became even more defensive last season, but I've talked about that many a time. And yeah, we'll be playing a better style of football, but the guy can't pass 5 yards. I'm talking simple passes as like pass to your teammate, pass to the same person that's got the same kit as you, the people that have got the same kit as you. But the ball would go out of play, or the ball would go into the opposition. And it's almost like he's doing it on purpose, but obviously he's not. It's just not good enough. He can't keep play ticking. He turns like a bus. Like he's literally built like a bus, and he turns like a bus. So I don't really see Soucek fit in this style of play. I think that's quite obvious. Unfortunately, he signed a new contract last season because of the few goals that he scored. I don't know whether that was to protect his value or all of that nonsense, but the sooner he's gone, the better. I believe this will be the season where almost see a spotlight on certain players. The only problem I have is that it's going to take a long time before clubs actually want these kind of players. Like we're lucky that Sufa will probably go on a free next season because as much as we won't make money from it, no one's going to want him. And I'm hoping we don't give him a new deal. I don't care how good he does. We can do better than Vladimir Sufa. Um, yeah, but that's my mind made up on Thomas Soucek and stuff, and that's why I think what Soucek said isn't true. Now, I don't watch the Czech Republic week in week out, or the Czech Republic every international break when they're on. But when I watched them in the Euros, it's not like they played some possession style of football either. Like it was Vladimir Sufa was still being Vladimir Sufa, for example, as well. He was still doing that thing where he receives the ball on his right foot, knocks it down the channel, and it goes out of play. And I'll talk about Vladimir Sufa another time. And my problem as well is like with these mid kind of midfielders that are not good on the ball and just a very off the ball kind of guys. When like it was it I think it was his birthday today, Thomas Soucek, or it was the anniversary of we signed him 4 years ago or something like that. And a lot of the comments you see on social media is like he has the right spirit, he's got the passion to play for West Ham, and he does everything for the badge and stuff. A lot of these attributes are non-existent footballing attributes. They're nothing to do with uh, him being on the ball, etc. It's because you can't. It's because you can't say anything about him being on the ball because he's dog shit on the ball. Um, he offers nothing on the ball. The only time he can offer anything on the ball is either in the final third or the first third when we actually need to defend. Um, yeah, a lot of the compliments and a lot of the praise that Thomas Soucek gets is nothing to do with him being on the ball. And as a midfielder, you have to be somewhat okay on the ball. You can't just be a road runner. And I know there's going to be some Chelsea fans watching this thinking, I can relate this to Conor Gallagher. Yeah, we've got a Conor Gallagher already. Unfortunately, he's slower and less mobile. That doesn't mean I want Conor Gallagher either, by the way. So don't try and tell me Gallagher in the comments. I've had enough of that. But yeah, listen, that's going to be it from me. I'm doing a watch along to the West Ham Wolves preseason game. That's going to be, I think it's a 7 p.m. kickoff. So I'm going to probably do the watch along at 6:45. I've also got my series from last year. If you were a subscriber last year, you would know the countdown series that I did last season, where I talk about all 20 teams 20 days before the season starts and one upload each day. You're going to get that as well, starting on Friday, starting with Bournemouth, like last season. And as I said, like the video, subscribe if you are new. Social medias are in the description if you want to follow me. The email for the inquiries. We're nearly on 400 subscribers, trying to hit 500 before the end of the year. And I'll see you guys later.